Lovie Smith wasn't a short-term solution, right? Lovie Smith is a guy who made it to a Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears, but stunk with Illinois, stunk with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He never struck anyone as somebody who would be able to absolutely maximize the most of a very, very young and also veteran on 1-year contract-laden team. No one thought he was going to be able to do anything for them in the short term. And no one should have expected anything from Lovie Smith in the long term. He's in his mid-60s. Not to be ageist, but, I mean, we're talking about a rebuild here. You want to have somebody who is young, who can get down with the kids, maybe get on a TikTok or two, get them motivated and ready to go, excited about the actual future. And, okay, maybe Lovie Smith's opening up his Monday press conferences, not his Monday press conferences, his Monday team meetings with a slide showing that the Texans are going to be 2022 world champs. Wonder how long that lasted during the actual regular season itself, but he was never a long-term solution. And this is the problem because you know who else wasn't either a short-term solution or a long-term solution? David Culley. So now we're heading into a third straight offseason, and I don't even know if the Texans understand what they want. Unless they are just taking whoever will be their head coach. And I know last year's coaching decision to hire Lovie Smith had a little bit more involved with it. You had the Brian Flores lawsuit. There was a possibility that they were going to hire Josh McCown. Felt like they did a turn at the absolute last second. Almost careened off the highway. Still got back going. And then they brought in Lovie Smith. They're like, hey, guys, we're not racist. We've had 3 African-American head coaches in the last 3 years. Okay? Don't get mad at us. And I know there's some people out there, too, that are looking at this morning and think that there is a little bit of, I don't know, racism going on with the Houston Texans. I'm not going to go that far. Lovie Smith was never going to be the guy. It was kind of a waste of time to hire him to begin with. And here we are. Much like where we were a little less than a year ago. They did wait about a month to move on from David Culley, I think, after the season. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that. I don't think it was right away, if I'm not mistaken, but whatever the case. Here we are again. And now I turn it over to you on the most interactive sports talk show in Houston, 713-780-3776, 713-780-ESPN. You can also join me on Twitter by tweeting at Gallant Says, at Sean A. Mapes Behind the Glass, twitch.tv/ESPN 97.5. Will this Texans coaching search be different than the last two? And if so, why? I do know that some of the names the Texans are interested in as their next head coach are Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon, Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, Broncos defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero, and on top of that, Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, might get a courtesy interview. Those are some of the names that at the very least they are looking at. But you got to go back into looking at yourself in the mirror and wonder if any of those 4 coaching prospects would really be into the Texans. Why would you be? Let's just look at it from the whole, hey, they're going to be on to their 5th coach in 3 years deal. If you count Romeo Crennel as an interim head coach, Bill O'Brien, David Culley, Lovie Smith. Like, you're on to 5. I mean, you can't feel great about it. Now, I'm not going to act like I feel bad for Lovie Smith or David Culley because I'm imagining they're getting pretty lucrative retirement packages. I don't think the Houston Texans are going to cheap out on them. Imagine you're in your mid-60s, you've been coaching your whole life, and you're going to get paid to not coach. Sounds pretty nice, unless you're so addicted to football that you need to be a coach for the remainder of your life. But to go back to where we're at now, again, why is this going to be different? And I get why everyone is feeling glum this morning. Why is this going to be different? So, Sean, I ask you, behind the glass, why is this going to be different? What's going to change?
Third time's the charm for Nick Caserio. Boom.
Third time.
Go. All you need to do is get 2 bad hires out of your system, out of the way. This third one, that's where it all turns around, Paul.
It all starts now. Okay. I mean, I can get behind that a little bit.
We've never seen a GM hire 3 coaches in 3 years, so maybe it works out.
Oh, damn. You're probably right. I didn't even think about that element of it. Oh, man.
Nick Caserio has never ended a season as a GM without firing the head coach. and then hiring someone who people think's unqualified.
Why can't we have nice things here? Why can't we? Can we just talk? Let's just talk about. Look, I think that some of you guys are acting like today's the worst day in the world. I think you're absolutely ridiculous. Oh wow, the Texans are only gonna have the number 2 pick, not the number 1 overall pick. Like some of you people, again, I've said it a million times. You're losers. However, can we have anything nice? Let's just go through the entire history, huh? Hell, the Oilers, man, they got a lot of really good players. They're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game. Mike Renfro catches a touchdown pass. Oh, wait, it's out of bounds. But if there's instant replay, if we use that, we could overturn the call. Oh, it doesn't exist yet. So you just got to live with that call for years and years and years. Maybe the Oilers would have beaten the Steelers in one of those games. Oh, let's go a little bit further. Oilers had a 35-3 lead on the Buffalo Bills. They blew it. Oh, yeah, then they left. They left town. I'm wearing an Oilers shirt right now. The Oilers moved, so there's that. The Texans come to town. Hey, 2002, there's a football team here finally. Only took them a decade to make the playoffs, but hey, they make it. Oh, wait, their quarterback suffered a Liz Frank injury midway through the year. Huh. Well, the next year, they're 11-1. Things are great. Oh, then they wore Letterman jackets on Monday Night Football and got absolutely murdered by the New England Patriots. Oh, the next year, well, hey, Ed Reed's in. Oh, no, you're going to go 2-14. Your head coach is going to have a stroke in the middle of a game. You're going to end up firing him. Wade Phillips is going to finish out the season. Wade's dad passed away in the midst of that year. After that, well, it could only get up here from there, right? Bill O'Brien, yeah. Hey, AFC South Championships. Although, after a while, you got sick of the AFC South Championships, but guess what? They drafted Deshaun Watson. Oh, wait. He can't handle himself during a massage. And here we are. Oh, by the way, along the way, the Texans hired a preacher that had like a forged resume, and they promoted him to vice president. Missing anything else? Oh, yeah, we're on to the 5th coach in 3 years. What the hell, man? That's all I can really say. I don't blame any of you for being checked out. I'm probably missing a bunch of things along the way, but that's the general Spark Notes, Cliff Notes edition of why it sucks just to watch football here. But hey, this time's going to be different. This time, I guess. Good God.